You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. On this Monday, it's January 5th, 2025. Good evening, I'm Chris Palermo. Here's what's happening. In today's daily arrest report, a speeding motorcyclist is apprehended with assistance of his own camera that captured the reckless driving. KPVM's Haley Grabby has the story.
On Friday, January 2nd, 2026, a Nye County deputy spotted a street-style motorcycle speeding on Highway 160. The bike had no license plate and a tall pole believed to hold a 360-degree camera. When officers tried to stop the rider, he looked back and took off, reaching speeds of about 120 miles per hour. The rider was later identified as Diego Chavez. Police say he weaved through traffic using the shoulder to pass vehicles and ran a stop sign near Mance Road before disappearing into a neighborhood. Neighbors later reported seeing a motorcycle pull into a garage. Deputies found tire tracks leading to a home and made contact with a woman who said Chavez frequently visited the residence. Chavez soon came out and surrendered. Inside the garage, deputies found a motorcycle matching the description, still warm from riding. The missing 360 camera was later found in the girlfriend's room, and Chavez allowed officers to review the footage, which showed reckless driving in residential areas. Chavez was arrested and charged with reckless driving, fleeing a peace officer, operating an unregistered vehicle, driving with a suspended license, and resisting a public officer.
More news now. Nevada lawmakers are speaking out against President Donald Trump's capture and arrest of Nicolas Maduro over the weekend. They are criticizing his actions and are concerned about the implications that may come from this. News 25's Samantha Roberts has more.
Nevada lawmakers are raising serious constitutional and national security concerns following the reported capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. U.S. Senator Jackie Rosen acknowledged that Maduro was an illegitimate and brutal dictator whose removal would be welcomed by Venezuelans who suffered under his rule. However, Rosen emphasized that the U.S. Constitution gives Congress, not the president, the authority to declare war or authorize military force abroad. Rosen criticized the operation as an illegal regime change effort, warning it could destabilize the region, draw the United States into additional military conflicts, and increase migration pressures at the southern border. She also called on the Trump administration to explain why it previously claimed that the regime change was not a U.S. objective in Venezuela. The decision to jeopardize the safety of our brave men and women is a heavy responsibility that cannot be made without the input of the American people through Congress, Rosen said. Congresswoman Susie Lee echoed those concerns, calling Maduro a corrupt and oppressive leader whose removal would be welcome news for the Venezuelan people. Still, Lee said the lack of transparency from the Trump administration raises major red flags. Lee noted that the military action occurred without congressional authorization and warned against the United States becoming entangled in another prolonged conflict overseas. Throughout history, too often the United States has started wars without a plan to end them, Lee said, adding that Americans remain opposed to another forever war. Lee also pointed to President Trump's statement that the United States is now running Venezuela, calling it an act of war rather than a law enforcement action, one that would require clear legal authority and approval from Congress. Both lawmakers are calling for accountability from the administration and answers about the scope, legality, and long-term consequences of U.S. involvement in Venezuela.
There was a serious crash yesterday heading up towards Pahrump in the Mountain Springs area. 5 cars involved with serious injury. More in this report now. On Sunday afternoon, January 4th, around 4:38 p.m., Nevada State Police responded to a 5-car crash on northbound State Route 160 at mile marker 19. This is in the area of Mountain Springs. One person was transported by ambulance to a local area hospital and was reported to be in critical condition. Vehicles were being turned around by state police as the road was closed for approximately 5 hours. More news now. There was a police-involved shooting in Henderson yesterday. The suspect attempted to steal a construction vehicle and officers were injured. The suspect was shot and taken to an area hospital. A stolen construction vehicle in Henderson yesterday, Sunday, January 4th, led to police officers being shot at. Henderson police then shot the suspect of the stolen vehicle. He had repeatedly tried to run over the officers with the construction vehicle. This happened in the 600 block of North Water Street near East Warm Springs Road and Grand Cadence Drive. Shortly after 9 a.m., Henderson police officers were called to the area and attempted to stop the suspect. He rammed two patrol vehicles and caused them to become lodged under the front loader. Police have confirmed officers were injured during the incident, but injuries are not considered life-threatening. Henderson police said body camera footage will be released later this week. This is the first officer-involved shooting in Henderson of 2026. Coming up, an NFL and Raiders great visited town over the weekend. It was an exciting time for his fans. That's coming up. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. The American Red Cross of Southern Nevada is warning of a potential blood shortage this winter and is urging the public to donate. With January marking National Blood Donor Month, the Red Cross is offering a Super Bowl incentive to help boost donations.
The American Red Cross of Southern Nevada has issued a warning about a potential blood shortage this winter, urging the public to donate blood to prevent a critical shortfall. January, recognized as National Blood Donor Month, highlights the importance of blood donations, especially during challenging winter months. Severe weather, seasonal illnesses, and busy post-holiday schedules often lead to a decline in donor turnout, straining the blood supply needed for emergency care, surgeries, and treatments for cancer and chronic conditions. The Red Cross is partnering with the National Football League for the 7th year to encourage blood donations. Donors who give blood between January 1st and January 25th, 2026 will be entered to win a Super Bowl prize package, including 2 tickets to the game in Santa Clara, California, access to pre-game events, airfare, and a 3-night hotel stay, and a $1,000 gift card. For more information, visit redcrossblood.org/Super Bowl.
All right, let's keep the football theme going because NFL and Raiders great Lester Hayes was in town this past weekend, meeting and greeting fans at Albertsons. He was signing anything and everything. It was all for a good cause. News 25's Haley Grabby was there and brings us the story.
This past weekend, former Raiders great Lester Hayes met with fans in Pahrump signing team merchandise at Albertsons from Friday through Monday between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Hayes spent time interacting with fans during setup and kept the energy high throughout the event. KPVM had the opportunity to interview him and ask what brought him to Pahrump and what it meant to connect with Raiders fans in the community.
My name is Lester Hayes. Oh, I'm a champion Oakland Raider. I'm a champion Los Angeles Raider. Guys, I'm in town signing, of course, photographs and plaques and jerseys and lithographs, etc. Like our charity is helping out the food bank in this city. Guys, this is a fantastic charity because, of course, like it's showing love to families who don't have food. Guys, of course, you must come and shop because I've got beautiful plaques, photographs, I've got jerseys, I've got lithographs, I've got posters. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion is here. The champion is here. Guys, of course, come on down.
Well, that looks like it was a great time. And now listen, the Raiders could use Lester's help. The Las Vegas Raiders are also in need of a new head coach. Mikey has that and more in sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Tyler Bertuzzi wasted no time in overtime, scoring just 1 minute and 18 seconds in to cap off his second hat trick of the season and fifth of his NHL career, lifting the Chicago Blackhawks to a 3-2 win over the Vegas Golden Knights Sunday night. Vegas skates back to reality Tuesday night at Winnipeg, where overtime goals are politely discouraged. Over in football, Daniel Carlson decided normal field goals are boring, drilling a career-long 60-yarder with 8 seconds left to give Las Vegas a 14-12 win over the Kansas City Chiefs. The kick snapped the Raiders' 10-game losing streak, but the celebration didn't last long in Raider Nation. The Las Vegas Raiders have fired head coach Pete Carroll after a 3-14 season, the team announced Monday. It was Carroll's first season with the silver and black and also his last. Which brings us to the obvious question. Is Tom Brady busy next year or just visiting? Front Valley Trojans Wrestling welcomes Civica on January 6th from 5 to 8 p.m. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. Some interesting times with the Raiders now. Nevada is on the move, climbing 15 spots in U-Haul's latest migration rankings.
According to the company's 2025 Growth Index, the Silver State now ranks 20th nationwide for growth based on one-way customer moves. U-Haul data shows 50.4% of customers moved into Nevada last year, while 49.6% moved out, making migration nearly even. Compared to 2024, arrivals to Nevada dipped slightly, down 2%, while departures fell by more than 3%. The company says the data reflects one-way rentals of trucks, trailers, and moving containers during the past calendar year. Texas, Florida, North Carolina, Tennessee, and South Carolina topped the list for growth. Nevada also ranked 4th in the nation for year-over-year improvement, trailing only Oregon, Mississippi, and Colorado. U-Haul notes the rankings don't directly measure population or economic growth, but they can offer insight into which states are attracting and keeping residents.
Okay, here's the burning question, maybe the heartburn question. Is there actual rib meat in the McDonald's McRib sandwich? A class action lawsuit is alleging that the restaurant chain is misleading customers. We've got the saucy story.
A class action lawsuit filed against McDonald's alleges the fast food giant misleads customers by implying its popular McRib sandwich contains pork rib meat. The lawsuit claims consumers reasonably believe a product called the McRib would contain at least some actual rib meat. However, the 4 plaintiffs allege the sandwich instead is made from ground pork sourced from other cuts, including pork shoulder, heart, and scalded stomach, with no rib meat included. McDonald's describes the McRib as seasoned boneless pork dipped in tangy barbecue sauce, topped with silvered onions and tangy pickles, all served on a toasted home-style bun. According to the lawsuit, McDonald's knowingly deceives customers by using the word rib in the sandwich's name and by molding the pork patty into the shape of a rack of ribs, reinforcing the impression that the product contains rib meat. The plaintiffs are seeking damages and changes to the product's marketing. McDonald's has not yet publicly responded to the lawsuit.
Coming up, healthcare report and your weather report. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. With dry skin season here, keeping your skin hydrated is more important than ever. And choosing the right moisturizer this winter is a good place to start.
Look for ingredients like ceramide, cholesterol. Those are ingredients that can help to rebuild our barrier, and also try and avoid fragrance. Even though it smells nice, fragrance is not great for our skin.
Cleveland Clinic dermatologist Dr. Shilpi Kitterpal says it's best to moisturize soon after getting out of the shower. Keep in mind that taking overly hot showers can strip moisture from your skin. Another trick to help boost hydration is using a humidifier at night. You can also try applying petroleum jelly to any overly dry areas before going to bed. For any persistent dryness or irritation, Dr. Caterpall recommends seeing a dermatologist.
Normal dry skin can just feel flaky, but it's not itchy. If the skin becomes like red, itchy, then that's, it could be more than that, or developing like eczema or dermatitis. It would be important then to see a dermatologist for, perhaps additional therapies or prescription therapies.
The entertainment lineup for next month's Hot Air Rally in the Valley has been announced, and we go up, up, and away with Mikey Ruhan in this report.
The entertainment lineup has been announced for the Pahrump Hot Air Rally in the Valley, coming to Pahrump Park February 13th through the 15th, combining colorful balloon launches with a weekend full of live entertainment. Friday's rally weekend kickoff features morning balloon launches and afternoon music from Rick Scanlon, taking the stage at 1 p.m., followed by the spectacular Balloon Glow, brought to you by KPVM News 25. Friday night. Saturday, Valentine's Day, brings non-stop entertainment with Lil Mikey Ruhan at 10:30 a.m., Outlaw Music at 1 p.m., and Chamber Door at 3. Plus, the Lover's Lane Car and Motorcycle Show, making it a perfect high-flying date night before another evening of Balloon Glow. Sunday wraps up the rally with family-friendly fun featuring Johnny O Magic at noon, a high-energy performance from No Apologies at 3. With live music, glowing balloons, and Valentine's weekend vibes, the Pahrump Hot Air Rally in the Valley is free for spectators and fun for all ages at Pahrump Park. Visit Pahrumprallyinthevalley.com for more information.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam, and we've got a nice new fresh sheet of snow on Mount Charleston looking out from the KPVM TV studios. 2025 was the 5th warmest year of weather recorded. What's coming up, we'll tell you.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Welcome back to News 25. It's Chris Palermo. I've got your weather forecast from the anchor desk. And Fernley went up to 48 degrees today. Look at that. They're going down to 29, but Fallon has them beat. Fallon, you folks are going to get a low at 25 tonight. You hit 52 today. Carson City, 47, 25 tonight. Tonopah is 40. Goldfield is mining 41 degrees today. Beatty, 51. They're going down to 36. Amargosa, 57. Las Vegas is 60 degrees. The beginning of the Consumer Electronics Show, 43 tonight. Death Valley is 65, 48 degrees. Current temperatures in Pahrump, in the valley, and the region, we're at 52. It's pretty mild for January. And we had a sunrise 6:55 a.m. this morning. Humidity is at 59%. You've got winds today out of the southeast direction, 6 miles an hour. And we had a high temperature of 56 degrees. Like I said, we did have we had a high of 56. We're currently 52. Your sunset, just about maybe 45 minutes ago. We're gaining a little bit daylight now. It's 69% humidity, easterly wind direction. Tonight, a low 39 degrees. And your forecast is going to look a little something like this. We are early into January, and we're doing pretty good. Tomorrow, Tuesday, a couple of clouds are popping up, 58 degrees. 55, brilliant sunshine on Wednesday. Thursday, a couple more clouds, 52. Friday, we've got some sunshiny sun. 52 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 56, and Monday, 59 degrees. It's really nice to see the sun come back. And then on Wednesday morning, the folks that go ahead and volunteer to clean up Pahrump, a meeting Wednesday morning, 8 a.m., and it'll be a good day for that, good weather. So look out for them on the side of the road. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight at News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Make it a great night.